Hi there, it's Robin from Bernette Tauranga. Today I'm going to be showcasing our beautiful bernette B05 Academy. This is such a wonderful machine and it comes with so many wonderful feet. It comes in this beautiful bright coloured box. This machine is a very manual sewing machine. So with this machine, it comes with this little handy toolbox to open up to put all your tools in it. This toolbox can also slide off for you to do a free arm. So you can have it on or off, so that's very, very useful. And it has a little simple reverse button you hold down to sew in reverse, which I'll show you later. It has on the top following along here, it's got a foot pressure. Now this, when you wind it down, will put more pressure on your fabric, and when you wind it out, it will put less pressure on your fabric. So it's a very good tool to have. It has a thread spool here, but you also get a spare thread spool that can fit into the machine here as well. It has a needle position button that moves your needle position from left to right. It has a stitch width dial that moves your zigzag or fancy stitches wider or narrower, and this machine goes right out to 6 width, which is amazing. This machine has your stitch length from 0 to 4, and then it has all of these wonderful stitches. Now, apart from all the stitches on here, the basic stitches, you can also wind this dial round to S, and now it will do all the triple stitches: triple straight stitch, triple zigzag, honeycomb stitch, double overlock, elastic stitch, toweling stitch. It has wonderful, wonderful stitches. And then, but wait, there's more. You can go to S2, and then all these grey stitches, which that one I use for sewing on elastic. We've got a fancy stitch. We've got a blanket stitch for doing applique, and another fancy stitch. So it has a lot of sewing stitches, which is amazing. The machine also has your bobbin winder here. When you put your foot down, the bobbin will wind, which I'll show you shortly. Then if we turn the machine sideways, you've got your plug where you put your power lead and foot control. It's one connection. You have your off switch, which is in the O position. You have the first button towards you, which goes like a snail, so it goes slow. Then if you click it, another click to the back, it will go very fast. So there's a picture of a little here. This function here is to make your zigzag or satin stitches closer together or further apart, and you can just wind those, and you get this wonderful little tool here that you can put in, and you can move it sideways whichever way it needs to go. So that's a function I'll show you another day. So it's very, very good, so you can make everything perfect. So if we turn the machine back this way now, I'm going to show you all the feet that you get, and then I'm going to show you how you thread your machine. So we'll turn the machine on. There's a wonderful light on here, and you may notice that there's a little metal bar going around the foot. This can just be unscrewed, but it saves young ones when they're learning to not put their finger under the needle. So it's quite a handy guide. We sell a lot of these machines to schools, so it's quite handy to leave that on there when you're learning. So as you saw, it comes with this wonderful little tool here. Now this also there's 2 little screws, and this can be to undo your screws here if you need to take this off and clean your machine. So they just pull off to the left, and you righty-tighty, so you tighten them to the right. Put it in the middle and then tighten them up, and this can live in here. The next thing it has is this wonderful buttonhole foot. Now this machine does automatic buttonholes. It's got a very clever lever, and I will show you that another day. So that closes down. Then we have this wonderful foot here, and this is a darning foot. So this can be to do freehand quilting or darning, and it's a wonderful foot with a jumping mechanism, and so I will show you that another day. So that's one of the feet you get. Then you get this little foot here, and this foot is called your overlock foot, and they have little letters on them, so when you look it up to do it, it will tell you what letter foot you are to put on. Then it has this wonderful open toe foot. Now this foot, you can see clearly the whole middle is cut out, so when you use your fancy stitches on the wide width, you can see exactly where you're sewing, so it's nice and clear. Then you have this foot, which is the K foot, and this foot is for rolled hemming of fabric. Again, all of these will be explained to you in other videos. So that's your rolled hemming foot. And then this foot is pretty wonderful. So you can do your 1/4 inch seam with these feet, but also you can do edge stitching with them. And they've got markings down the side, which I will teach you. It's a really, really good foot, that one. And this one with the funny looking piece that winds in and out is for blind hemming. So you can blind hem trousers or skirts, any hem, it's wonderful. So it's a blind hemming one, and you don't see it on the right side, that one. This one a lot of you will recognize, it's called the zip foot. So you clip it to one side or the other when you're sewing in a standard zip, but this wonderful machine also comes with an invisible zip foot. So this invisible zip foot has these special grooves on the back, and when you go to sew your invisible zip foot with your straight stitch, it does a perfect finish. So all of these feet are normally extras, but they come free with this machine. And this wonderful one here is for Teflon sewing. So it is a very smooth plastic foot, and when you want to do vinyls or leather, any sort of sewing like that, this foot is wonderful for using for that because it slides over your fabric. And this little foot here, believe it or not, is to sew on buttons. So this foot sits on the machine, and you can actually sew your buttons on with your machine. You also get this wonderful little screwdriver, which also can undo these screws on here. And you get 2 spool caps. You get the small spool cap and the larger spool cap. I usually use the small spool cap, but if you have a large reel of thread, you can use this and it holds your thread on. And the next thing you get is a packet of needles. Now, the needle system that this machine takes is called 13705H, but I'll explain that all when I do another video so that you understand all the different needles you can use for this machine. You also get a large net to put over thread. I usually chop these because you don't have a thread that big that you'd put on your machine. So if you have a slippery thread, I chop those to put over the thread to stop it winding off. So you get one of those. You get this wonderful little quilting guide that fits on your foot. If I turn this around, you can see there's a little metal bar here, and this slips in. I need to do it from this side so I can see, and it fits in, and you can adjust this so you can sew nice straight rows of sewing. So it's called a quilting guide. Very good. Then you get 4 bernette bobbins. Now you must use these plastic bobbins on this machine. I'm going to put one on there and show you how to wind a bobbin. So the 3 extra 3 spools go in there. And then the other thing you get is this wonderful height compensating tool. And I'm going to show you when I sew a pair of jeans how you use this tool. You get your own special bottle of oil, which is used just in this machine. And you get a wonderful brush for cleaning your machine, but on the other end is a quick unpick. So you get all these wonderful, wonderful tools that come with your machine, and everything fits in your little toolbox. But while I've got this out, in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can change your feet and how you can thread up all the machine. Oh, there's one more thing. You also get this wonderful, wonderful sew table. Check this out. This is a really big sew table, and it's quite rare to get one with the price of your machine. So you open out these legs like this, and this amazing sew table fits over and around here, and you simply just push it on. So now you've got this wonderful big bench to sew on, and then you get this quick start guide which explains about everything I'm going to show you anyway, but it's very, very useful. But sometimes it's easier to watch a video than to look on here. So as soon as I come back, I'm going to show you the types of thread you should use on this machine, what you shouldn't use, and then I'm going to show you how you wind a bobbin and get your machine ready to sew. So every time you get a video from me, it's going to show you something new, but it's also going to show you how to use every single foot on your machine. So I will be seeing you shortly.